Alright everyone, welcome back and it's time to go balls deep. And before I begin my analysis for this week, there is some sad news for my friend Tabata. Next week, Black Clover is taking a break due to health concerns. Now this is important for mangaka because if you truly know how hardworking these dudes are, how many hours they spend on a daily basis on their manga, you would truly think they are insane and doing the impossible. However, since there is no chapter next week, there is still some good news. The Black Clover anime is infamous for having some badly animated episodes where it's not doing the manga justice in some people's point of view. I mean, just look at this week's chapter. The artwork is amazing and you can literally see the passion oozing out the pages. If you do not know the situation on what's going on exactly with the anime, I do recommend you watching our previous video regarding the truth about Black Clover's animation. But recently, the episodes have improved dramatically and look amazing. Like, I mean, just look at Yuno vs Real. It was flames, very stylistic, and I liked it. Now, recently, two rumors are spreading in the Black Clover community right now. One is regarding the anime getting new staff to improve the animation. So the rumor goes something like this: every episode of Black Clover had the all in-between animation outsourced, which often resulted in the in-betweens that ruined the key animation and also made it so that they weren't animators moving up the pipeline. Now Pierrot, who is the studio that is producing Black Clover, has now provided the team an in-house in-between animation staff for in-house episodes, meaning that the quality of the in-betweens will be generally higher, and as some of these in-between animators get better, they will move up to eventually become key animators, which is very important. The series has started to have a slowly growing number of key animators pop up. Pierrot now has 2 to 3 in-house rotations as opposed to only having 1 for Black Clover. So what this means is, since the elf arc is about to start in the anime, which is basically fights on top of fights and even more fights non-stop, it looks like Pierrot has decided to give Black Clover in-house staff that will work on the arc to make sure it's adapted properly. Great news, right? The second rumor which was spreading is that Black Clover is getting cancelled. Now, I don't know what the hell or who the hell comes up with these theories or statements without evidence. Why the hell would Black Clover be getting cancelled when it's at its peak, when it's one of the best shonen right now and is generating a lot of sales? It doesn't make much sense to me. But some people are saying it's the My Hero Academia fanboys creating these theories to start a war. And a war is what they will get, fam. No, I'm kidding. Chill out, guys. Before you get your keyboards out and type an essay loading up your freaking chambers, in my opinion, I don't understand why people do this. I am a fan of Naruto, My Hero Academia, Black Clover, Attack on Titan, Hunter x Hunter, JoJo Bizarre Adventure, all equally. The whole message of the freaking shonen in the first place is that people should understand one another. On top of that, it makes zero sense to me at all. You know, there is no benefit in dick riding a show. Just be mature about it. Either way, I find it hilarious at times. So moving on to my analysis, we start the chapter off with Asta and Yuno having their new powers and swords. However, an interesting thing to know is what Tabata is trying to tell us. At this point on Anime Balls Deep, there is about 30 theories or more on Black Clover if you keep up with us on a weekly basis. But make sure to smash that like button, by the way. Please support us. Thank you very much. I love you. But all of us as a Black Clover community have a theory that Asta could be related to the first Wizard King because they look very similar and share the same ideology, right? However, in this chapter, the first Wizard King Lumiere kinda debunks this. He states, but just who is that boy who owns the 5-leaf grimoire? So what this confirms to us is that Lumiere himself did not create Asta as a magic tool. He does not feel familiar with him. He does not know who he is at all. I mean, if Asta was his long-distant relative, wouldn't Lumiere have some sort of feeling? Just like how later on in the chapter, Lumiere realizes that Yuno is Licht's child reincarnated. Even Licht himself knew all along that his son is reincarnated in Yuno because he felt the soul and the mana presence being very similar. On the other hand, no one really feels anything special from Asta. Nero states it yet again herself in this chapter. He's just an idiot born without magic and who really doesn't know his place. So every character that is interacting with Asta says that he is not noble, he's not royal, he's not some special boy born with a destiny to be the best. He is a man that is hardworking and proves that people born from the bottom of the barrel of society, where no one respects them, or he has no money or parents, they too can become successful and be somebody in society. Even when society itself is corrupt with the monarchy system and racism and prejudice is prevalent, someone like Asta with a never giving up attitude who works hard can become successful. I think Tabata is trying to showcase to us this message for the anime as it relays back to real life. It's like a polarizing opposite of capitalism that we see in the West, for example, where the middle class is being destroyed, there's only the upper class and the poor. We live paycheck to paycheck, we're trash, but we also can become the best, god damn it. And I think he's trying to represent real life in that manner too. I do see the parallels between the two. So what this results in is that readers will feel inspired by Asta's character, relate with him, and therefore invest into his journey of how he becomes the Wizard King, and it works. Nero isn't the only person that has said Asta is not special, but him having no mana is what makes him special in the first place. The Witch Queen stated this as well. She even stated that Asta is not related with Licht. He has no special bloodline or his royalty. Even in the very first chapter of the manga, the priest at the orphanage states that Asta and Yuno are not related and look very different. So yet again, Tabata is sticking to his guns and he's saying to us, listen, Asta is the opposite of Yuno. He is the juxtaposition of attributes in a person. They share the same goal, but they are different journeys to that goal that makes someone worthy in one's eyes. Even Sekre or Sekri, I don't know how to pronounce it even till this point, forgive me guys, but even she admits it in this chapter. When she met Asta for the first time, she didn't even believe in him or bet on him to possibly saving the world. She was going to use Asta for her own reasons. Now we see this consistency throughout Black Clover. When characters meet Asta for the first time, all of them think he was trash, weak, and not worthy of their attention, except, you know, Fuga, Leon, and Julius perhaps. So that's why they are top tier husband for the women out there. God damn.
Damn, boy, he's thick!
However, unlike the other characters, not Yuno. Yuno is Asta's best friend, and from the very start, he has always believed in him and supported him. This chapter showcases that again, where Yuno gets a buff and supports Asta in his time of need over and over and over again to push him to his limits. Yuno is the only character that has believed in Asta because he has witnessed everything he has worked for from the very start. This is why Asta and Yuno have a special bond that no one can match. This is why their rivalry means so much to the both of them, and I'm actually kind of glad that Tabata is trying to do this by saying Asta's character is not special, because if we find out later on that he was special all along, then it kind of takes away from what he has done in the past. Now another thing you must notice is that since Sekire or Nero states herself, I intended to use Asta for my own reasons, so I came near him. He was just a boy who had no magic power and obtained a 5-leaf grimoire by sheer coincidence. So what this confirms is my analysis from beforehand from a few weeks ago and last week. Remember I explained to you guys that the devil is the one that chose Asta. I deduced this because no one knows who this anti-magic devil is and why Asta has no mana. On top of that, the anti-magic demon needed someone to have no mana to pick someone in the first place. It would be the only opportunity for the demon to be able to take over someone's body within this dimension and world, this other world that he has entered, just like the word magic devil. So obviously we have a theory out there that the anti-magic demon has created this plan himself, and that Asta has been manipulated and designed in a manner to have no mana just so that the demon can have a vessel per se and have a chance to become in this world. But literally everyone in Black Clover universe does not have an answer at the moment. Now another reason why I think it's the anti-magic devil that chose Asta to have a grimoire, obviously number one is Asta has no mana, but number two is the fact that in chapter 177 page 1, Black Clover states that in rare occasions magic power is bestowed upon those with strong wills in the midst of disaster and crisis. Now what did this chapter just state about Asta? The chapter explained by Nero that Asta has the strongest will of all. He has never given up attitude. When Asta received the 5-leaf grimoire, he was about to die. He was in a crisis and he needed help. This is where the anti-magic demon was searching for someone to take his book, and he detected Asta, therefore he chose him. Nero only started following Asta because she knew the 5-leaf belonged to Licht and where it came from, right? So Nero had this knowledge. So Nero was using Asta to get the magic stones to revive the first Wizard King and face the devil because she knew that he was going to come back. That's what she means ends by saying that I was only going to use him for my own reasons. I hope you understood everything I said. Type I understood senpai in the comments to let me know. Moving on, we see Asta and Yuno fighting the devil. Yuno boosts Asta with his wind magic to pierce him, and due to the anti-magic, the devil starts to deform into many mouths into his body. You know, it's disgusting. He's swearing all over the place, saying nasty things.
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
The devil does not die and amplifies his magic to destroy everything even faster, looking a lot like Berserk that Black Clover is inspired from. Now I think at this point the devil is at maximum power because Charlotte mentions, so this is the demon's truth power? And it looks like the devil has finally got serious and is really pissed off. We then see Pathri being death flagged once again. Now the first flag that we saw was once Yuno stated that no matter what, we have to get William vengeance back, and Asta said that he will never forgive Pathri. Now Pathri is a redemption story now. Now the second death flag is in this chapter. Even Pathri himself, or I think it was Licht, I'm not sure because we don't get to see their eyes, but it says that the demon's magic is too difficult to fight back against. Licht and Lumiere explain to Pathri that they need to get to the lower floors to stop the devil's magic from killing the other characters such as Mimosa, Noelle, Raya and more. So now the people who are facing the word demon is Asta, Yuno, Pathri, Yami and Charlotte for the moment. Now I think this is a death flag because Pathri may use himself as a distraction, or now he has to deal with the devil's magic from eating the others since he is a dark elf now and he can help in that manner where his magic can work against the devil's magic. But even if it was Licht and Pathri, they still admitted that the devil's magic is too difficult to deal with. So what if they sacrifice themselves? Something along those lines is going to happen. However, we have to mention in the previous chapter, in official translation, it is foreshadowed that the person that will have the final blow on the word demon is Yami himself. My boy Yami, you know, he's a G, he's my man. No homo though. As you can see, Yami says that he is able to finish off the devil as if he gets one more final blow on him. So this means that when Asta disables the devil again with his magic, Yami can swoop in and finish him off. I personally think Tabata should do a panel where every single character attacks the devil at the same time to create an epic double page spread that will blow our minds. You know, similar to when the Black Bulls saved Finro and everyone went crazy. I want something like that to happen. Also, when we look at this chapter, like, wow, it looks like Berserk, right? Now, in Tabata's own words, he states he wanted to make a manga like Berserk, but in shonen, where all the set pieces, its battles, and its history, he wants it to be an important source of inspiration for him. So we can pretty much see that, and he admitted that William Vengeance and Patoli's character, they look like the villain Griffiths from Berserk on purpose. So I think it's pretty obvious where, you know, Guts enters the other world in the finale of Berserk. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's amazing. That's another reason why I like Black Clover a lot more. It's like a fantasy world that we can dive into. So now at the end of the chapter, we see Nero believes in Asta. She wants him to win. Everyone believes in Asta now. It's a bit of character development for everyone involved, and we're gonna see what happens next week. I have a lot more to say, but I'll save that for next week. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to smash that like button, follow us on Instagram or Twitter, and I'll see you guys next time.